Welcome to One on One. I'm Greg Bassey, your host, and we're doing something a little different today. We're going to have two guests. A little later in the show, Rayne is going to come by and talk about First Saturday, but right now we have Dr. Margo Handy, one of my favorite people over at the school board, and she's going to talk about all the fun that they had this school year. We keep reading in the papers all this negative stuff and budgets and fighting in West Salisbury. Mm-hmm. But Dr. Handy knows the fun that's going on in the system and the successes that we have.
Yes.
Tell me about some of them.
Oh, thank you so much, first of all, for having me share this morning with you, Mr. Bassett, and to share with the community the wonderful things that have gone on all school year and still continue to go on because our school year does not end until next week.
That's true.
That's
right, a good point.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a good point.
So one of the things that many that we are very, very excited about is the fact that over the past 3 years, our seniors have netted an average of $15 million for the past 3 years in scholarship monies. And we are so excited about that because that means that our students get an opportunity to go to, of course, colleges and universities throughout the country. And we're very, very proud of that.
And these scholarships just don't go to anybody. They go to people who have earned it.
Oh, absolutely. They have worked
and they've
hard.
earned it through their performance.
Yes, through their performance. And for many of them, their outstanding performance, of course, began in elementary school, but of course it definitely counts in high school.
Right.
So we are very, very proud of all of our students.
That's terrific.
In particular, we also have 3 students who are headed to military service academies. We have Olivia Roskovich from Parkside, who is headed to the Naval Academy. We have
Which is funny because years ago, my son accidentally hit Olivia in the face with a golf club.
Oh, really?
At golf camp. It was this horrible accident thing. And I'm glad that she's...
Oh, absolutely. So
she's made a success out of herself.
Yes, she definitely has, and will continue to do so.
That's terrific.
We have Sang-O from Y High, who is going to West Point Military Academy, and Zane Carter from Parkside, going to the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, and we're very, very proud of that.
That's terrific.
Yeah, isn't that terrific?
The competition for that is unbelievable.
It is truly, truly unbelievable. And we also have 2 finalists in the National Merit Scholarship Program, Kieran Murphy and Spencer Tillman, and we're very, very, very proud of that.
Kieran's the guy that we profiled in the paper.
Absolutely.
Who did the concert for the band instruments.
Yes,
He's like the smartest guy I know.
Isn't he bright?
Yeah.
I tell him all the time, I'm waiting to see when your presidential nomination will be. I tell him that all the time.
They won't remember us.
No, they won't. But anyhow, Karen also was a member of the outstanding James Bennett Club as academic, who also has won, I think, for the last 2 years, the state championship. We're very, very proud of him and his team. This year also was the first year that we did our commencement ceremonies differently. Instead of each high school having their own night, 1, 2, 3, 4 nights, we had 2 days. Friday night was Y High, and then Saturday, about 2 Saturdays ago, were the other 3. It was a marathon, but it was absolutely wonderful, and it worked out very, very well, and we're very, very proud of that. One young man that I'm also extremely proud of, and everybody I think knows him by name, and that's Usman Yahya.
Yes.
Usman Yahya, as you very well know.
Because whenever I put the name in the paper, people call and say, you've made a typo, obviously.
Mr. Yahya interviewed the president, and we were just that young man has so much personality.
Now, there was some controversy there.
Well, yes, because he indeed told the president, did you see the part?
I did,
where he told the president, and then the president that we needed to move on.
Yeah, he cut him off.
Yes, he did. Well, President Obama handled it very well, and so did Usman. But that's that young man's personality.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Personality
Just
Plus.
can you imagine being that age and having that opportunity?
I know.
I can't even
imagine. Phenomenal. And he just takes it in stride.
Yeah.
He's such a humble and very, very bright young man. And of course, we continue to be very proud of Gia Batista. Gia Batista, as you very well know, was our regional spelling bee champion.
Right.
She's in eighth grade this year. She also was our regional champion last year. We're just so proud of her. So proud. Just very, very proud.
Yet she spelled two words correctly.
Yes.
But then they've changed the way it used to have to miss a word. But
Yes.
now there's some
Now
pre-screening
there's
that
some
goes on.
pre-screening
Yeah.
that goes on, and then there are
Like with
other
skating, the
components of it too.
compulsories. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our wonderful Jay Ledford. Jay Ledford is a ninth grade student at James M. Bennett who is just an outstanding dancer. He has been admitted to the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater pre-professional program,
Right.
and we are very, very proud of
We have some
Jay and
photos
his
going in the
family.
paper of him dancing for Disney. So yeah,
Fantastic.
absolutely.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's absolutely incredible. Of course, our Destination Imagination teams, of course, did very, very well. We had several teams going to Knoxville, Tennessee, and this year, for the first time, Wycomico Middle School went as well. We were very, very proud of that.
See, that's a long bus ride for the parents.
Yes, quite,
When my kid
quite.
was in DI, I used to want him to do well, but not
Yes.
go to Knoxville.
Okay. We also have, of course, we continue to have our students participate and apply for the Ben Carson Scholarship.
Right.
And this year we had 4 Wycomico County students who were named Carson, of course, recipient scholars. We are very proud of that. And we also have, of course, North Salisbury
Yes.
was, as you can see, selected as a national character education school
Unbelievable.
because of their environment, because of the way they work in that school. It's just very unique. It truly is. It's about family, it's about community, it's about learning, it's about reading, just such high expectations. And everyone in that school works very, very well. Whether it's the magnet program or traditional program, the
Right.
families and the children work extremely
I was
well.
up there. They want to start a paper. So for some
Yes.
reason they asked me,
Oh.
which is a big mistake. But what amazed me was those kids were they were actually paying attention to what I said, and they were way
Why
smarter.
wouldn't they pay
Well,
attention to
it
you,
doesn't. When
Greg?
you go to speak with those classes,
Well, yeah.
sometimes they're like looking. But these kids were totally into it,
Yes.
and they ask great questions, and
Yes.
they're smart, and they read the papers.
very smart.
They read. They're very aware of all the media, not just the social media, but all the media. It was
Absolutely.
very impressive. It really was.
One of the things that we really promote in our school system is literacy and understanding source documents, understanding not just, of course, social media
Right.
and the technical end of it, but actually holding a book and
Right.
reading a book, newspaper, magazines. So we do promote that, and I'm
Yeah.
so pleased to hear that the students were engaged when you were working
Yeah.
with
Great
them.
vibe in that school.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are also very, very, very proud of Allison Saylor. Allison Saylor at Y High and Ricky McCoy, Allison Saylor at James M. Bennett and Ricky
Yeah.
McCoy at Y High. They won the Gold President's Volunteer Services Award, and we are very, very proud of them. And they were also nominees for the Presidential Spirit of Community Award for their work in the community. Both of them have done incredible work in the community. And when I say incredible work in the community, it's just not doing a task.
More than
it's
hours.
making a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Exactly. Making a difference and working on a project that they truly have a passion about
Right.
and a passion for. So I'm very proud of that as well. We're also very proud of 3 of our staff members who were recognized by the state for their outstanding work. We have, of course, Grace Lamboni. She's our physical
Right.
education teacher at Pinehurst,
Right.
who was named, of course, the physical education teacher of the year. We also have Corey Bolts. Corey Bolts, of course, is a band director at Mardella, who was named, of course, the outstanding music educator of the year
Right.
from the Music Educators Association. And we have Mr. Ben Rivas, who was also just an outstanding, of course, director and from James M. Bennett, and he was honored by the Maryland Music Association for his 46 years
Wow.
of service, of course, to the music field. So we're very, very proud of that as well.
I understand this year you all started a full day pre-K?
Yes, we are very excited about the full day pre kindergarten programs that we've started this year. We have one full day program at Chipman Elementary School, and we have two full day pre kindergarten programs at West Salisbury Elementary School. And the full day programs are providing an opportunity for our 3 and 4 year old students to engage in reading and language and hands on science and mathematical concepts the entire day. And it's very exciting to see the work of our 3 and 4 year olds.
There's a little controversy to that, but these days you need to start as early as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. We do need to start as early as possible. We even have one program for 3 year old students at our Early Learning Center.
At my age, around 1 o'clock, I need a nap. So I know I did in kindergarten.
We still 4 year olds in pre kindergarten.
Right.
We still do give them a little
Okay.
a nap break, but amazingly so, many of them don't go to sleep.
Right.
They may lay down on their little cots and
Right.
rest.
You just need
But
some
they're
quiet
still
time.
ready
Yeah.
to go. They just need some quiet time, some nice soft music playing, to calm them down for a little bit. But they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're ready to go all day. It is amazing, Greg, to walk in a school and see little 3 and 4 year olds walk down the hall with their little books
Yeah.
and their bags, knowing where to go,
Yeah.
where to sit, how to speak to the teacher. It is amazing. It's incredible. It just goes to show what expectations, routines, and guidance will do under the leadership of the family member, mom, dad, grandmom, and of their
I
teachers.
think when I was that age, I was still in the high chair. I mean, it's amazing. They're little people. They really are.
Yes, they really are,
Yeah.
with lots of personality
And focus, yeah.
and very focused.
Yeah.
We also this year for the first time had Project Lead the Way. Project Lead the Way is for ninth grade students, giving them an opportunity to explore the world of career and technology education, to prepare them for colleges and careers of interest for them. And that worked out well this year, too.
Excellent.
We also wrote a grant and received a grant this year for the Gear Up program. The Gear Up program begins in middle school and it follows the 7th grade cohort. So next year it will go to 8th grade. And this Gear Up program also is for all of the students in Wicomico County in the three middle and of course in-town high schools. And what it does is it provides opportunities for the students to participate in after-school programs during the day. But what is so wonderful about it is that when these students are in 12th grade, and according to whatever the criteria is, they have an opportunity to be recipients of scholarship monies to go to college. Isn't that fantastic?
That's great.
So we are just so excited about that and working with the families, working with teachers, working with students to prepare them. So at the end, here's this money for you if you've done well. So we're very pleased with that. We also continue, of course, to be very pleased and excited with regard to the wonderful opportunity that our students will get as they continue, of course, to work with all the various partners in the community. I can't tell you enough how exciting it is to have so many partners that the schools work with in the community.
Right.
Because without them, we would not be able to do some of the projects that we do. We want to have our students learn, grow, and apply what they've learned in the classroom outside
That's a
into the
relatively
real
new
world.
thought process. I mean, it used to be like the system was isolated or
Right.
insulated, but now there's full engagement everywhere.
Full
Yeah.
engagement everywhere, and I do mean everywhere, and for all students and all types of learners. Because again, our goal is to prepare our students to be good citizens, to be smart, and do well in the community. How can we do that best?
Right.
If we don't give them the opportunities to work, of
Right.
course, with others, to bring partners in, to go on field trips, to have hands-on experiences, of course, outside of that classroom setting. So we're very excited.
That's great. Dr. Margo Handy, she's one of those people making your kids better people, which is not easy, but there's a lot to celebrate and a lot to triumph in. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my passion.
Absolutely. Joining me now is Sarah Rayne, who's in charge of our First Saturday program. It's not a program, festivity. What is it?
It's an event.
First Saturday event in downtown Salisbury, and it's conveniently scheduled on the first Saturday of every month. And it's one of those things, a new idea, trying to change the way things are in Salisbury, make things more fun. Talk about it, Sarah.
Okay, well, we are a new Salisbury Arts and Entertainment District Committee event under the same umbrella as Third Friday, but we have chosen a music focus rather than Third Friday tends to be visual arts focused, so we are performing arts. And the idea is to set up a local band in the downtown. Right now we're doing it on the steps of the government office building. We started out on a stage, but we went ahead and moved to the steps of the GOB, and it's worked out very
I
well.
like it on the steps. It's more personal. You get close
Yeah.
to the musicians. It feels more together somehow.
It sounds great too, the
Yeah.
acoustics.
Yeah.
So the idea is to put a band there, and the band is the focus of the event. We do have some other things going on. We have an arts market. We have other community organizations come in, some other attractions, but the band is the focus, and the idea is to encourage people to bring chairs, blankets, whatever they like, to come to the downtown and stay there for a couple of hours,
Right.
enjoying, being in the downtown, being outdoors, and more importantly, being together as a community. So
Now, the first one, it was bitter cold.
it was.
The second one was perfect weather. It was a nice turnout. It was a beautiful day. It was just great. It made you really feel the connection with Salisbury, just how cool it can be to be downtown. And this last one, you had a weather problem as well.
Right. And when
But there was a rescue. It was a fun
Correct.
rescue, yeah.
Yeah. We, if we can help it, we will never cancel First Saturday. We will just move it indoors. And luckily, Joey Gilkerson let us move into Headquarters Live, and it was great. I mean, we had to cancel some of our extra stuff like the arts market, a few other projects that we had going on, but we still had Lewis and Clark, and we had Pottery Pong, which is always a
Right.
favorite, lots of fun. And our sponsor, For Shore Federal, we had Blue Serve handing out free water. It was still a lot of fun.
Right. So what's coming up? I mean, how long through the season will this go?
Our last event will be in October.
Okay.
So and I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to stick with every year from April through October. We're not going to do cold weather months. Right now, our times are 4 to 7 p.m. That's
Right.
what we'll be doing for the remainder of the season. We may adjust that next year. I'm not sure yet. So our next one is July.
July.
The 4th of July.
The first Saturday in July?
Yes, it is the 4th of July, and we are so excited. I mean, what a great opportunity to bring people to the downtown on a holiday when,
Right.
I mean, I live very close to the downtown, and I went for a walk on Memorial Day to the downtown to get some coffee, and it was just a ghost town.
Right.
And I don't want to see that happen on July 4th. So we've actually had a meeting with Mike Dunn from Red, White, and Boom, and we're working on a cross promotion of our
Right.
two events.
That's
so,
a great idea.
Yeah, so
Because people could
you'll
be downtown and then go from there to the fireworks. Right, okay.
yeah, you'll come to First Saturday. We've got Mickey Justice and the Bluegrass All Stars.
Love Mickey.
Yeah,
He's the best.
We're gonna have some fun stuff like a dunk tank, and we're gonna put some local celebrities in it. Few other great things, finger painting for kids, and so that'll run from 4 to 7, and then we will strongly encourage our attendees to go ahead and shift over to Red, White, and Boom, where
Right.
they're also going to have some fun stuff going on. They've got a carnival thing happening. Mike has hired some performing artists, and just go down there, hang out, and the fireworks will happen between 9 and 9:30. So
Right.
the idea is Salisbury is the place to be for the 4th of July.
Right.
If you live here, you do not have to leave. We have everything that you will need to celebrate the holiday.
That's so cool. As someone who lived out in the county for so long, the third Friday thing was really cool because you were already in town and you just sort of added on to your day on Friday. But I got a sense with First Saturday that people would have to come into town to make it work. And I think it's going to develop, and I think people are going to want to do that, make it a destination kind of thing. But you guys are sort of up against that.
Right. And of course, we are living in the shadow of the highly successful Third Friday.
Which wasn't always,
No.
it took a while for that to get traction.
Absolutely, yes. And that's what we keep reminding ourselves. We don't get huge crowds for our events,
Right.
but this is our first year. And the idea and what Michael Day keeps telling me to do is to just keep doing it,
Right.
be consistent, keep offering it to the community, and people will come.
Right.
So that's
Michael
what we're going
Day,
to do.
former city councilman who was economic development director for Berlin, he's got a lot of experience with this and he's seen it. And he sells a lot of popcorn at your event. I see that.
Yeah. Well, Park and Flea, he runs Park and Flea. They
Right.
were our sponsor
Okay.
for that event. And he's also on the Arts and Entertainment Committee. So get a lot of good input from him, and also, of course, from Lee Whaley and Connie Stratt and Jamie Heater.
Right. Now, one complaint that I hear is people want to drink at this, and you are not selling alcohol. Will that change, or what's the deal with that?
Well, I think that that's up to our elected officials.
Okay.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in order for that to happen. Unfortunately, where we are primarily on the courthouse lawn,
Right.
you cannot drink on the courthouse lawn. So
That's a bummer.
for for our first year, we are a dry event.
Okay.
Sorry, but if you really want a beer,
You can go to the
please
Brick
go to the
Room.
Brick Room.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely,
go to the Brick
yeah.
Room, have one. I'm sure that you can still hear the music while you're in
Right.
there. And we will, I promise, we're going to work on it for next year. It's just, it may not be the idea that you can walk around all of First Saturday. There
Right.
may have to be an area where you can drink. So we're working on it.
Yeah, and I don't mean to sound so alcohol dependent, but it's fun. It adds to the festivity. It really does.
Absolutely. And we do not want this to turn into an event where,
Exactly.
You come and you drink a ton, of course, but
Right.
every now and then, and especially if we were to offer local craft beer, of course,
Right.
that would just do wonders for our event. So
Right.
we're working on it.
And what I've seen is families. There's families there with kids, kids running around. It's a very inclusive event. It's not just young people being snobby young people. Sorry, young people. But it's a very good vibe.
Yes, and that is exactly what we want. When as you know, I used to be a newspaper reporter.
You were?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
She was a good one. She was a really good one. But go ahead.
thank you. My last job, I was working for the Sussex County and in Georgetown, Delaware. And they started something like this, except they put it in their park on Bedford Street. And
Right.
it was sort of an underutilized area. So a group of people, the town clerk, a councilman, they got together and they did this weekly Concerts in the Park series. And it was a local band that was funded every week by a different sponsor. And it was local businesses, it was local elected officials who, they teamed up and put some money towards it. And what they did was they actually ended up building a stage out of an old tractor trailer. And they had a really cool LED sign above the band that ran the name of the sponsor for that week.
Wow.
So, and I would go to it and I would take pictures. You got to do photo galleries for your website. And I would go to everyone and take pictures. And what I saw was people of all ages, of all races, of all walks of life coming together in this underutilized park. And it wasn't a ton, it was, there wasn't a ton of stuff. It was, the band was the focus. They had some alcohol, so you can do that in Georgetown.
Right.
And they had some food vendors, but mostly it was people bringing their chairs and their blankets, and they would sit in the grass and they would watch this band together. And it was just a bunch of people who you wouldn't normally see in the same place. And
Right.
I actually started to see that at our May event. And I took a picture of people sitting on the grass, and I saw an older couple, and I saw a younger couple, and I saw college kids, and I saw some teenage kids. It was little babies. It just lots of different types of people coming together, which is really cool. And that's a big part of what we're trying to do. Also, a big part of what we're trying to do is bring people into the downtown, of course, because we want people to go to the businesses. We want people to know what's down there. So,
And if Georgetown can do it, we can do it.
yeah, their event really took off. Their first year, they only did a couple of them,
Right.
but the next year they had one every single week, and
Wow.
they had no problem, getting sponsors.
I
for
like
events.
closing the street down. That was always my favorite thing about Salisbury Festival. Walk around in the streets. But you guys closed Division Street down.
We do, but we only close it in between Main
Right.
and Church. So Main Street is not blocked off.
Correct. So there's no traffic problems created by it, but it helps with that aura that you have, where you feel like you can move around, and it's a cool feeling down there. Really cool. So one of the things Jake Day preaches is that these events are successful. You just have to have a time and a place, and have people show up to help. Is there any way that people can help you? Do you need help? Do you want volunteers? Can the public help you somehow?
Sure. Of course, as we grow, we'll definitely need more people. Right now, we do have an awesome committee of local people who have come together. We've got musicians, we've got business people, we've got some artists, and we've formed this committee that makes the decisions, and they mostly man the event right now. We will need help down the line, but what we could really use some help with is sponsorships.
Some sponsors.
If you're interested in putting your name on this event. And I can tell you, with 100% confidence, that it is only going to get bigger and better. So anyone interested in that should visit our website at firstsaturdaysby.com.
We'll put it up on the screen so you can see that.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah. And it's actually, we don't ask for a lot of money in order for you to put your name on the event, for you to put your banner right in front of the band while it's playing.
Right.
You get a table at the event, and it's a really good opportunity to get in on something that's gonna blow up.
Who's your July 4th band?
The band, Mickey
Yeah.
Justice.
So Mickey. So
Yeah.
Mickey will be the lead act. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, it's not just Mickey. He's got lots of
He's got cool
bluegrass
guys. Yeah.
musicians coming into town to help him out. So, and our sponsor for the 4th of July is Headquarters Live.
Excellent.
So, and we've also, Headquarters Live is the gold sponsor. We've also got Long and Foster, the Brandon Brittingham group.
Right.
They're our silver sponsor for the event. Rudy Joe's is going to be handing out free water. They're our free water sponsor. And then, of course, our media sponsors throughout the entire season are the Salisbury Independent and WMDT. So
Terrific. Sarah Rayne, one of my favorite people, another one of those people getting things done, making our community a better place. Thank you, Sarah.
thank you.
Greg Bassett from Salisbury Independent, another edition of One-on-One right here on PAC 14.